Now, let's take a moment to talk about something that's often overlooked in intimacy: variety and communication. We often fall into routines thinking that what worked once will always work, but the truth is, the best sexual relationships are constantly evolving. Just as you change in your personal life, so too do your needs and desires in the bedroom. If you really want to connect with your partner on a deeper level, you have to be willing to communicate openly about what feels good, what doesn't, and what you both want to explore together. Open communication is the foundation of a strong sexual relationship. It's not just about asking for what you want. It's about creating an environment where both partners feel comfortable enough to share their desires without fear of judgment. This is the place where trust grows. It's the reassurance that you're in it together, willing to experiment, willing to make adjustments, and willing to be vulnerable. When both partners feel free to express themselves without holding back, it opens the door to new experiences and stronger connections. Sex is not a one-size-fits-all experience. What feels good one night may not feel the same the next. Our bodies, our minds, our emotions, they're always shifting. And so are our needs. Some days, she might want something slow and tender, while other days she might crave more intensity or adventure. This is where variety comes in. It's about having the flexibility to try new things, to explore different positions, and to adjust based on how you're both feeling in the moment. It's about being attuned to each other's energy and finding a rhythm that feels right for both of you in that moment without pressure or expectation. When you're open to variety, you'll discover a whole new depth to your connection. It keeps things fresh, keeps the excitement alive, and prevents intimacy from feeling like a chore or a routine. But let's not forget that communication isn't just about words. It's about reading the cues, the body language, and the energy between you. Sometimes the most meaningful moments happen without a single word being spoken. When you're in tune with each other, you can sense what the other person needs, what they want, what they're feeling. It's this attunement that leads to an experience where both partners are fully engaged, both emotionally and physically. This is where the magic happens, when two people are so in sync that it feels like you're one, moving together as if guided by the same rhythm. Sometimes, when you're in tune with each other, like if you're one, moving together as if guided by the same rhythm. So I encourage you to have those conversations, to listen with an open heart, and to stay flexible with each other's desires. Don't be afraid to explore new things together. The more you communicate and experiment, the more you'll discover about each other. And the more you discover, the deeper your connection will grow. This isn't just about satisfying physical needs. It's about creating a lasting bond, built on mutual respect, trust, and a shared willingness to grow together. When you embrace variety and open communication, you unlock a level of intimacy that's not only fulfilling, but transformative. At the heart of every truly fulfilling sexual experience lies something so simple yet profound: respect. It's not just about the physical actions, but the energy and mindset you bring to the relationship. And let's be clear, this respect isn't just about respecting boundaries or being considerate. It's about the respect you show for each other as whole people, as individuals who deserve love, care, and acknowledgement, not just in the bedroom, but in every moment you share together. It's about creating an environment where both partners can feel seen and cherished, where both are free to be vulnerable and authentic, knowing they are truly valued. When you approach intimacy with the right mindset, it changes everything. The physical connection deepens because you're no longer just going through the motions. You're present, you're intentional, you're fully engaged, not just in what you're doing, but in who you're with. And it's this mindset that allows you to fully appreciate the experience, to connect not just on a physical level, but on a mental and emotional one. When you respect her in this way, you open up the space for her to give herself fully without holding back, without fear of judgment. But it's not just about respecting her in the moment. It's about respecting her as a partner. This means being patient, listening carefully to what she needs, and being willing to meet her halfway. It's about recognizing that both of you bring something valuable to the table. And the beauty of intimacy is the dance between two people who are willing to give, to share, and to care for each other. It's the kind of respect that goes beyond the bedroom. It's an ongoing commitment to support each other, to be present, and to uplift one another. One of the most beautiful things that happens when you show respect in your relationship is the sense of safety it creates. It's the sense of safety it creates. When she feels respected, she feels safe to express herself freely, to explore her desires without hesitation, and to be herself completely. She doesn't have to pretend to be something she's not. She can let go of insecurities, embrace her body, and fully experience the joy and pleasure of being loved. And when you respect her in this way, you're not just honoring her. You're honoring the relationship itself, fostering an environment where trust and love can truly flourish. Respect also comes with the willingness to learn, to grow, and to adapt. Every relationship is a journey, and what works today may need to be adjusted tomorrow. This is where the mindset of respect and openness comes into play. Instead of assuming you know it all or thinking that you've reached the peak, approach each experience with curiosity and the intention to grow together. Be willing to make adjustments, to try new things, and to create new ways of connecting. Ultimately, the kind of respect I'm talking about is a foundation that can support everything. It gives you both the freedom to be vulnerable, to explore, and to give yourselves fully to each other. And when you approach intimacy with that respect, with that mindset of love, care, and mutual admiration, you create a bond that goes far beyond physical pleasure. It becomes a deep and lasting connection, one that will continue to grow with each passing day. We often hear about how important physical satisfaction is in a relationship, and while that's true, we must also remember that emotional connection plays an even larger role in making intimacy truly fulfilling. It's not just about the act, it's about the moment, the energy between you, and the way you both feel during that time together. Women in particular thrive on emotional intimacy, on feeling seen, heard, and valued. It's not enough to simply be present in the moment. You need to show up fully in ways that make her feel safe, comfortable, and adored. When you understand what truly matters to a woman in the bedroom, you begin to see the connection between emotional well-being and physical pleasure. Trust is essential. If there's no trust, there's a barrier. And that barrier can affect how free she feels to express herself, how comfortable she is in her body, and ultimately how deeply she can connect with you during sex. Women are wired differently when it comes to intimacy. They want to feel cared for, they want to feel loved, and they need to know that they can let go without fear of judgment. This emotional safety allows them to be vulnerable and open in ways that lead to a deeper connection and, yes, a more enjoyable sexual experience. This is where communication becomes key. The conversation before, during, and after intimacy is just as important as the physical act itself. It's through these conversations that we discover what works, what doesn't, and what makes her feel truly desired. It's the little things, the sweet words, the gentle touches, the slow buildup of energy that says, "I'm here for you, and I want to make sure you feel special." That is what leads to satisfaction, not just for her, but for both of you. When women feel emotionally connected, their physical desires become more attuned to their partner, creating a harmony that transforms the whole experience. It's also important to recognize that every woman is different. While some may love affection and slow, tender moments, others might crave spontaneity or a bit of adventurousness. This is where your willingness to be flexible, to communicate openly about desires and boundaries becomes invaluable. The more you know about her preferences, the better you can align your actions with her needs. But it's not just about asking what she likes. It's about being observant, tuning in to her responses, and being willing to adjust your approach as needed. By building a foundation of trust, communication, and emotional understanding, you open up the space for a more fulfilling and intimate connection. The truth is, a woman who feels emotionally nurtured will always find herself more in tune with her physical desires. She'll feel empowered, confident, and ready to experience the kind of love and intimacy that truly nurtures her soul. And when you do this right, it isn't just about satisfying physical needs. It's about creating a deep and lasting bond that goes beyond the bedroom. Let's talk about one of the most classic positions The missionary. It's often seen as basic, even old-fashioned, but let me tell you, when done with intention, it can become one of the most powerful ways to truly connect with your partner. You see, what makes the missionary position so unique is its simplicity. It offers direct eye contact, a sense of closeness, and a natural flow of energy between two people. But what makes it special, what makes it truly satisfying, is the depth of emotional connection that you can create while you're in that space together. When you're in this position, you're face to face, which means you're in a perfect place to communicate, not just through words, but through touch, through eye contact, through the way you move together. This is where intimacy begins. Slow down. Focus on each other. It's not about rushing to the finish line. It's about taking the time to explore every sensation, every moment of connection. When you lock eyes, when you move slowly, when you share soft words, you begin to create a sense of trust and closeness that turns a seemingly simple position into a deeply meaningful experience. And it's not just about the physical movement either. How you touch her, how you caress her skin, how you hold her, all play a role in making the missionary position something more than just a way to get the job done. The key is to be present, be mindful. The way you touch her should communicate care and tenderness rather than just an impulse or physical need. This is the moment where emotional safety is so important because it opens the door for her to relax into the experience and truly enjoy the intimacy. You can also experiment with variations in the missionary position to make it feel new and exciting. A slight tilt of the hips, a change in angle, or even a little more pressure can make all the difference in the world. But what truly matters is that you're both in tune with each other's rhythm, that you're listening to each other's responses, and that you're willing to adjust based on what feels best. These little changes create an environment where she feels both heard and desired. And this, my friends, is what elevates the experience from simple to extraordinary. It's about making her feel cherished, not just in the physical sense, but emotionally too. When you make her feel safe enough to let go, to be vulnerable in that space, that's when the magic happens. And the beauty of the missionary position is that it gives you the space to create this kind of connection. Slowly, intentionally, and with all the love you can give. When done right, the missionary position can be more than just a position. It can be an expression of deep love, trust, and mutual respect. It's not just about the act. It's about what you're saying to each other in that moment, what you're sharing in the silence between the movements. And when you both get it right, you'll discover that it's not just the position that makes the experience amazing. It's the connection you build together in that space. Let's turn to another position that many women love, the cowgirl. There's something deeply empowering about this position, something that allows her to take the reins, to set the pace, and to be in control of her own pleasure. It's not just about physical positioning. It's about giving her the space and freedom to express herself fully, without feeling rushed or pressured. It's an invitation for her to shine in her own way and for you to support her every step of the way. When she's in the cowgirl position, it's her turn to lead, to decide how fast or slow she wants things to go, how deep or shallow the connection will be. For many women, this sense of control can be liberating. It gives them the freedom to explore their own pleasure and to focus on what feels best for them. As a partner, your role here is crucial. It's about supporting her in every way possible. Let her take her time, encourage her, and show appreciation for her confidence. Be the mirror that reflects her energy, so that she feels safe to move with intention, to create the rhythm that feels right for her. What's special about the cowgirl is that it brings a sense of confidence and self-assurance. There's no need to rush. The beauty of this position is in the intimacy that comes from watching her enjoy herself as she becomes more comfortable, more engaged. It's not just about the physical aspect. It's about the mental and emotional freedom that she experiences when she knows she has the control to make it all about her. And let's be clear, it's not about power dynamics in the negative sense, but about sharing power in a way that's mutually satisfying. She's empowered to take ownership of her own pleasure, and you're empowered by the trust and love she shows you by letting you in on that journey. There's a beautiful intimacy that grows when you let her lead. It gives her the space to feel both wanted and respected, which only enhances the connection between you both. Remember, you can't make someone anything they don't want and dislike, but you can make them feel wanted and respected, which only enhances the connection between you both. As she finds her rhythm, there's something incredible about watching her confidence build. This isn't just about physical satisfaction. It's about affirming her in a way that creates an emotional bond, deepens your relationship, and ultimately makes her feel more loved, more seen, and more understood. The cowgirl position is an opportunity to witness her in a way that you can't in other positions, a moment where her energy and your energy align in a beautiful dance of connection. So if you want to truly please her in this position, it's important to remain patient, to support her without rushing, and to take time to enjoy the moment together. The more you honor her space, her rhythm, and her desires, the deeper your connection will grow. The cowgirl is a chance for both of you to discover new layers of intimacy, to explore and appreciate each other in ways that make this experience uniquely special.